All right, let's go through the try first. It's the 79th minute. Boom. Here we go. Moses passes the ball back, ends up in Dylan Edwards' hands. He makes a break, comes through, offloads it to Mitch Kenny. And there we go right here. Dylan Edwards goes into... Let's pause it there. What are you seeing, Gal?
Well, Moses Leota had pushed up now. He's stuck there in that position. Now, I agree with what Nathan Cleary said. The blocking rule was brought in, so we didn't have 2 or 3 people just standing next to the play of the ball, so the mark couldn't get to him. Moses Leota, for me, is a chance of having a hit up there. He's even pointing outside and to pass the ball out there. So, look, I think Harry Grant has played for the penalty, played it perfectly. He exploited the rules, which at the end of the day is what players and coaches do. They find ways to exploit rules. Harry's found that way. I've got no issue in what Harry Grant did, just to be clear. I think he done the right thing by his team, but I do think if we're going to allow players to exploit the rules like that, we do have to look at the rule.
Well, the only thing that supersedes it was, and the one thing I was nervous about, was Harry jumping from marker. Now, if Harry jumps from marker, the penalty actually then goes to the Panthers.
But I've got no doubt that Harry played for the penalty, because to me, the quickest way to Nathan Cleary is straight up there. Well, that's not very straight, but straight there. He actually comes around this way and makes contact with Moses Leota and falls over, which, to be honest, wouldn't have knocked over my 6-year-old daughter, but he played for it and got away with it. So I think he played for it. I don't know where they go. I think that they need to look at the rule. And I don't think they're going to change it this year, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
To be fair,
the other
blocking,
issue...
I think Ashley Klein called it on the spot, so I've got to live with that. I can live with the fact that he was in a position, he was right in front of Nathan Cleary. The other thing is, the bloke who sort of no one notices is Cam Munster here. We spoke about being onside. Just watch Cam Munster. The play the ball's there. Cam Munster. He's
a couple of metres offside, I've got no doubt about it. But when you have a look at the other, Nathan Cleary had another shot at field goal in the extra time, I think it was. And Trent Liero, there's no way in the world he was square at marker. So I think I've got no doubt Munster's offside there. Trent Liero in the next attempted field goal, he's no way he's square at marker. So I think the Panthers, I think they're a little bit unlucky on the weekend, to be honest.
But we're both saying, that's right, he's a blocker.
He's a blocker. Technically, he's a blocker.
That's what you're saying, he's a blocker.
He's a blocker. Technically, he's a blocker. So technically, they've got it right. But again, I still think Harry Grant has played for it. Are we going to allow players to play for it? That's not my decision.
He's blocking.
All right, you two, head back over to the set, would you? In the meantime, I want to get the top dog's verdict from that analysis we've just witnessed.
Well, Harry played for it. Harry used the rules to his advantage. Players have been doing this on the obstruction rules for years. All right, we've been asking the referees and the bunkers to show a bit of common sense about players who really don't look to make the defensive play, but rather use obstruction as a reason to get a penalty or to draw attention. There's no reason. People can't catch Harry Grant. When Harry Grant runs the ball, he beats everybody. Yet one lone tree standing in the middle of the forest, he's run straight into it, and he's had to reach his arm out to actually make contact with it. He deliberately ran at him and played for the penalty. There's no other way to do it.
Well, it come late.
So how does our game reward that? How do our referees reward that? I mean, if you want to go any further, we've now got this ridiculous thing where we've got penalty tries for mid-air tackles in the in-goal. How does our game get to that? There's a lot of things that have crept into our game over the last 2 or 3 years that have been unchecked because there's no one that's really monitoring how the referees are doing this. And it's to the detriment of our game. And it makes it more and more difficult to play. But that, he blatantly... Now, I'm not bagging Harry Grant. Good luck to him. He did it. All right? He used the rules to his advantage.
Yeah, he's not Robinson Crusoe.
There's no way in the world, if you're going to review it, with the cold light of day from a bunker, that you don't say, no, he's deliberately used the rule and he's deliberately played for the obstruction.
So they sent that out this year. They sent out a notice earlier this year and talked about playing for obstructions and playing for penalties. Yeah. The thing was, though...
All started with the Sharks back with Gallen and them blokes.
The thing was in this incident was the fact that Moses Leota, he was in position before Harry played for the penalty.
Moses was going to hit it up. What they weren't setting up for a field goal because Dylan Edwards made the break.
As soon as he heard Nathan go field goal, Moses went from I'm hitting it up to I'm going to be...
Freeze.
Get in the road. Because even to the point where he actually moved...
Where did you want him to go?
Yeah, he can't move free. Yeah.
I
totally agree. I always say, like, where's he going to go?
There was a huge gap between him and the play of the ball, and there was a huge gap outside him. Where do you want Moses
Why
to
didn't
go?
he run through like
But
he's
he
gonna
doesn't
do?
know where Nathan...
It doesn't matter. Even if he had to run through, if
If
the
he had to
defender
run
had to
through
make
and run
contact
into
with
someone,
him, a penalty anyway.
it's a penalty anyway.
Basically, no one is allowed to be in front of the
He
kicker.
virtually went like this. He covered himself up and said to make himself invisible.
He moved left.
Harry had to find him. He didn't know where Harry was going.
He did move left.
But he didn't know where Harry was going. In the end, he just stood there.
Anyway, I'll just go off the facts. He did move left. The rule's a strange one, and it's a reaction to people just standing out the ruck.
So you're saying Harry didn't milk that?
No, totally.
All right, well then how do we reward
Well, I'm
that?
saying,
Why do we
well,
reward that?
The explanation of Moses being in a blocking position, though, before Harry actually played for it, tells me they got it right.
He wasn't in a blocking position. He was in a
I
hit-up
agree.
position.
He was in a hit-up position.
Well, why didn't he move?
Why what?
Why didn't he move?
He didn't
just
know
stood
where to
there.
go. He didn't know where Nathan was.
The ball went out. The
He
ball
wasn't getting in Harry's way. He was getting out of Nathan's
a
way.
blocking position. This is the whole reason you talk about the mid-air tackles. The reason the mid-air tackle rule was brought in was to stop players getting their legs taken out and flipped over and put in a dangerous position. Now, all of a sudden, when players are competing for the ball, they go to grab a ball, they grab a player in the air. That's a penalty. Now, this one here, the rule was brought in to stop sleepers or blockers, whatever you want to say, standing near the ruck. He wasn't standing near the ruck. He was in a hit-up position.
It's not the first one that's happened, though. This ain't the first one. This is just the most obvious.
It won't be the last because no one will pull it up. The NRL come out and supported the decision, which they blindly do every week. All right, but we get these little things creep into our game which are not good, and it makes the game harder to play. Now everyone's spooked about crossfield kicks and whether or not they can touch the bloke catching the ball. How ridiculous. That's not our game. That's not what our game has always been.
Yeah, that's not a good
Nathan himself, I think, was in the midst of one. If we wind back the clock, I think, to the opening round last year here, there he is, against the Melbourne Storm too, of all teams. And here comes Nathan out from marker. There's a little spin.
Oh, James, you've done your homework.
I didn't do the homework.
You've done your homework.
I love it. But do you know what the best thing about this is? It fuels the rivalry. You know, if there's a silver lining come out of it, if these two do end up in the grand final, this is all we'll be talking about in the week leading up.
That might cost Penrith the top 4 position. Well, I don't care about the rivalry.
I'll tell you what else we're forgetting.
They can't take the field goal off them.
But we're forgetting the other one. We're forgetting the second attempt with the Trent Liero one. Trent Liero is no way in the world he is square. There's not a chance he's square. Why didn't the referee blow the penalty then?
Not a chance.
Exactly right.
I'll tell you what, if they don't alter the rules on attacking players going for kicks, then Melbourne play the Roosters in the grand final because it's the easiest way to score a try. If you can get down there, you kick the coach, you can't stop it. You can't stop Tupou.
Everyone's now out recruiting 7-foot AFL.
We're going to AFL. We're off to the Swans. Watch out, buddy.
I tell you what, this game.
Like he's running marathons, we'll get Buddy back.
Couldn't get enough of it, Gal.
No, it was a cracking game. Great game of footy. Look, the result, I know we're still talking about it, but was an absolute beautiful, wonderful game of footy. So
phenomenal performance by the Storm with the players they had missing, and in the run of the play, Penrith sort of had them dominated for long periods, didn't they? And the Storm just never gave up. They just kept coming at them, manufactured their points, and then
Storm had at least
Harry come up with 2 of the biggest plays of the season.
The Storm had at least 4 players out, didn't they? At least 4 players out the Storm.
Well, they had the fullback and the halfback. That's who you got to worry about. And then Nelson in the front row. Mate, the biggest plays
Warbrick,
was
the winger. Howarth still out.
Howarth, the centre, was still out.
I mean, Katoa.
I'd say Yo was still out for the Panthers.
They weren't playing. He put Mooney into that gap. He then got the error on Dylan Edwards that ended up a try as well. He came up with some massive plays, Katoa.
How long are we going to see the headgear on Nathan for, too, with the old cauliflower?
Doesn't look good.
I don't know if it works.
No.
Did you ever wear headgear?
Why did he have it on?
Did you ever wear headgear?
No.
He's got to cut in his ear.
They're Seve with the goggles. How good are they? I want a pair of those.
Yeah, they're cool.
Could have used them in the snow, actually. But he said...
Could have had them on when you were drinking that fire.
In 40 years' time, mate, we might all be wearing helmets. You never know.
Nathan, just looking after the year. But well done.
How are your ears,
A couple of fashion statements out there. Yours are all...
They're a little bit cauliflower, but not too bad.
You've got good ears, Brad.
They're big.